Hi there, I'm Helen Osmond from Osmond Education. I am an award-winning maths tutor and I have a very short little video for you of a real-life math skill, but one that also appears in the GCSE Maths syllabus. I've given it a summer holidays kind of flavour due to it being the summer holidays as I film this, but you can use the same skill all year round. So, what have I got for you? The summer for me brings in memories of strawberries. Strawberries it's just so evocative with summer. You pick your own strawberries, you get strawberries in Pimm's. If you drink that, you've got Wimbledon, which is famous for its strawberries, though earlier in the year from when I'm recording this. But what do you do? Which pack do you buy? Just looking on Tesco's earlier today, and I could see I could get a 400 gram pack at £2.50 or a 600 gram pack at £3.30. Which one do I buy? How do I know which one to pick? Well, there's a mathematical principle here that comes up, as I said, in GCSE, not necessarily with strawberries at GCSE, but the principle comes up. It's called best buy. Which is the best buy for me to make? Which is the best value for money? Now, to do this, we're doing a method called the unitary method, and we're going to find one of something, one unit. So I'm going to start here that it tells me that 400 grams is worth £2.50. Now, I'm going to look for one of something. In fact, I'm going to look for 100 grams because I can easily get from 400 to 100. I'm dividing by 4. Now, if 400 grams is £2.50, then 100 grams is going to be a quarter of that. I'm going to divide that by 4 as well, which gives me 0.625 or 62.5 pence. So for every 100 grams of this pack of strawberries, it costs me 62.5 pence. I'm going to do the same thing with the other selection. 600 grams of this strawberry is worth £3.30, and I'm going to look for the same one unit, 100 grams in this case, one of something, 100 grams of this one. So to get from 600 to 100 even, I'm dividing by 6. I do that to both sides. So 330 divided by 6 is 0.55 or 55 pence once you turn it out. Now I've got the same amount for both of them, I can make a comparison. Okay, I can see that on the left-hand side, 100 grams is 62.5 pence, whereas on the right-hand side, the same 100 grams is 55 pence. So this is the better value for money. I get the same amount of fruit for less money. Now, in this example, I used 100 grams, but you could multiply up. Now, a common thing that you'll see in the supermarkets is it'll say a kilogram. So that's 1,000 grams, which is 1 kilogram. So that would be multiplying both sides by 10. 100 times by 10 gets me to 1,000. So that would tell me that it would be £5.50 per kilogram. I'm going to write that out underneath. 1 kilogram is £5.50. I can do the same thing on the other side. 1,000 grams is 1 kilogram, which would then be 6.25 pounds. Again, you can still see that you get a better value for money on the right-hand side, the 600 gram packet, than I do the left-hand side. Now, this is what you'll see on supermarkets. Actually, if you're looking online or on supermarkets, somewhere you should see this comparison here. Showing that it is 6.25 kilograms and on the right hand side 5.5 kilograms so that you can per kilogram, so you can see the comparison that's going on here. Now, when I actually went and looked, Tesco's had a deal on. Now, this was Tesco's. I am not affiliated with Tesco's or anything. You can choose other supermarkets, the math stays the same, but they had a deal on that if you had their club card, it cost you £1.65 for the 400 gram packet. Now, let's have a look to see if that saves us anything. 165, so same method here. I'm going down to 100 grams, and actually I will do both. I will do 1,000 grams, so 1 kilogram. Okay, so dividing by 4, if I've got 400 grams and I want to get to 100 grams, I'm dividing by 4. So doing 165 divided by 4, I'm just checking where I wrote my answers out earlier, is 0.4125 pounds or 41.25 pence. Multiplying that by 10 to get the thousands would give me 4.12 or 13, because if we're dealing with money, we do 2 decimal places, so that would end up being rounded. Let me write that down there so you can see it. So it's rounded to 4.13 per kilogram of weight. So in this case, we can hopefully see that the club card deal was better value. And actually, that's often the way. You'll find that the larger quantity of something is usually better value than the smaller quantity of something. But sometimes you will get deals that make a difference, like this one here, and you can see we've got the £4.13 per kilogram written in the offer there. So that is how you use Best Buy, the best value for money. As I said, it's a GCSE skill. It comes up all the time in the syllabus, but it's also a really good real life one to know which is the best value for money. And you can do this with many things. Obviously, I've done it with strawberries, but you could do it with a lot of different fruits and vegetables in the supermarkets. But it can also be used for buying the best value bag of sand at the DIY store, for example. The skill can be replicated in many different examples. We're looking for one of something. 1 pound, 1 gram, 100 grams, 1 kilogram, whatever it is, we're looking for one so that we can compare both sets of data. I hope you find that a helpful skill. Give me a message below if you do, and I look forward to speaking to you soon.